to ask them to count in the sand or count their fingers or count bricks or something like that and arrive at 29, and when the 29 come, if they can't see the crescent, no big problem. The next day make it 30. The sad thing is that people living in the 21st century with all the computations of the movement of the sun and the movement of the moon, we make an issue called religion that we got to look for this moon. There's a statement, and you and I can establish that whether it is valid or not. The leadership of any community has a lot to do with the people they're leading. The leadership of any community has a lot to do with the people they are leading. If the masses are masses who are learning, who are analyzing, who are introspecting, who are pursuing the articles of knowledge, it will be very, very difficult for anybody to come up and tell them in the 21st century, when you have all the computations of the movement, the phases of the moon and the sun, to tell them, when you want to see the movement of the sun, you go outside and look at your shadow. I mean, that's possible. But who wants to do that? They're entitled to do it. And they're entitled to also understand whether that mechanism is always practical, realistic, contemporary, progressive, enhancing and empowering. And similarly is the approach in dealing with the phases of the moon. I can imagine the difficulties that continue to plague present-day Muslims because they're living in a modern age. They own offices or they work in offices, and they have to tell their employees or their employers, can I please have the day off tomorrow? Oh, what's so special? Oh, you don't know? No. What happened? Tomorrow is my holy day. My big day of celebration. Oh, really? Okay, I think I can do without you. I'll make some arrangements. And you, let us say you tell the gentleman or the woman who's the boss, I want Monday off. The next one came 2 hours later. Sir, how are you? I'm good. What is it? Can I please have Tuesday off? Oh? What do you want Tuesday off? Are you not well? You going to the doctor? Your wife is sick? Some grandmother died? No, it's nothing like that. Sir, tomorrow is my holy day. What? Your friend Ali or Mohamed or Khan, whatever, whichever name you want, he came before and told me Monday is his holy day. So he started to explain to the boss. The boss said, save me that. Half an hour later on, the next one came to the boss. Boss, I want Wednesday off. What's wrong with you now? He said, that Wednesday is my holy day. So the boy said, listen, I've had enough of this. This is what, when we remain staggered in our stagnation and in our backwardness, and when we use our intellect for everything that is in our personal interest, but we fail to use it to understand divine guidance, this is what we leave for society. The next issue, and these are just things for Muslims to consider. I'm an ordinary human being talking to myself. And by your indulgence, I'm allowed to talk to you. So, based on the knowledge of the phases of the moon, there were 3 possible days. Those who understand that God has not placed any requirement on people to look for Him crescent with their naked eye, they understood it's easy to find out this perception or this term called the birth of a new moon. The moon doesn't die. By the way, this is a common cliche. The moon does not die. The crescent is established based on the angle established between the sun and the moon. That is when that little streak called the crescent becomes visible to people. So there are those, if they follow the computations that are known to scientists and astronomers and that are accessible to you and to me because we have access to the tools of knowledge, the internet. We have the calendars in our kitchens and in our offices and in our rooms. We can see when is this new crescent. But then there is the next explanation. One said, well, because this crescent cannot be seen right away, it has to take like 14, 15 hours before you can actually see it. And the people are clamoring for something fixed in their lives. Let's give it to them. Right? Let's give it to them. Let's develop the concept called citability. And this is why the Muslims who celebrated their Eid on Tuesday, they follow citability, not physical sighting. And of course, you have the diehards who say, no, no, no. Citability is not enough. We need to really see it with our naked eyes. There should be no special anything attached to the eyes. So I leave you with that. A next thing that has always hit me very hard as a child growing up, and even on to now, is that I always hear my elders say, tomorrow is Eid. Leave out the confusion. We are born to be in this confusion for a long, long time. This is our misfortune. I can assure you that. There's very little indication that people are willing to change it. Because the average person looks at the other and see what they're doing. And if you and I decide to do something different, then we are considered what? Outcast. And you know, that's who wants to be an outcast. Everybody wants to be reckoned in. Right? The next issue is, as I said, my parents would tell us, tomorrow is Eid. Let us celebrate. And my neighbors and non-Muslims, they say, oh, this is your Christmas. They understood it like that. That's their expression. That the Eid day was our celebration. What I want to ask us to ask ourselves, is this the best we can make of the day of Eid? Where we get together and we eat and drink, and nothing is wrong with that. Where we meet family and friends, and that's very nice. And then play some games. I don't see anything wrong with that. But is this how we're going to let that epoch-making day in our lives slip by? The next issue is, what are we really celebrating? I know in cricket, when a batsman hits a 50, he raises his bat to celebrate. And his supporters cheer, they celebrate with him. When the bowler gets a wicket, he celebrates. His colleagues celebrate. Because they know what they're celebrating. The big question to you and to me, what did we celebrate? And because you are thought-provoking individuals, I would leave this with you and me. Because indeed, if we did achieve something outstanding and fantastic, we will have evidence of it that will always remain in the record books. When the batsman makes a 50, after he raises his bat, and they record it in the book, they don't scratch it out.